Hey there, we're in the last of the series of new cameras. This is part 5, what you need to do to get started. I'm not going to take that long because everything is different from different cameras, whether it's a still camera, a video camera, whatever it is. But the key thing, I've been called, I don't want to say it because this is being used in a public school stuff. I've been called funny names because I read the manual. And the manual tells you everything that you need to do. Excuse me. This manual, now I have to tell you, some cameras come with manuals like this. Some that are a little thicker, and that's because they have different languages in them. Some cameras have their manuals on the CD-ROM. They don't even have the booklets anymore. That's where most of them are going to lead, or just be on the web because we want to be paperless. But I like having something like this with me because as I'm learning it, I can look up something real quick. This is in, I think, 3 different languages, but it's really, really nice. I went through and I would tell you, here's your inventory list. Almost every single camera has an inventory page. This is what you want. Remember, when we open the package, you do the inventory. This is what you want to look at. Make sure you have all of this stuff in there. If you're missing any of them, you call the company. Don't call the stores. You call the company, and they will send it out to you ASAP. You give them the serial number of your camera, and the serial number, by the way, usually located on the box and on the bottom of the camera. Okay, it's a good idea to might want to write down that serial number somewhere once you decide to keep the camera. What I recommend is write the serial number in here. When you know for sure you're going to keep it, write it in here. That way you have it not only for reporting problems, but also for if it gets stolen or anything, you have the serial number. You can give that to the police department, and they will be able to keep it in their records. In case they find it, they know who to go to. One other thing before I go on to this, you want to register the camera. Always, always, always. When you were done with everything, you got everything there, go to the website of these companies, and there's a place called Register Your Camera or Support Registration or whatever it is, because that way they will inform you of updates for the cameras, of some news about it. One of the things that I think Canon does, they have like a new tip for your camera like every week for like 6 weeks or so. That's free. It comes to your email, and you get new tips on how to use the camera. It's a great way to learn. Okay, so back to this. You can see here that's the inventory, so you can kind of go through that. I'm sorry, that was inventory. That was inventory. The part list. Okay. Then the next page just shows you all of the buttons, the diagram of your camera. Tells you what everything is. This sucker, I'm just like blown away. I can't wait to play with this when we're done this video. It does a lot. It's incredible. And then it goes to my favorite section, getting started. What a concept. Getting started. What do I need to do to make this sucker work? That's what it really means. Okay, the first thing it says here is firmware update. And let me explain to you what that is. A firmware update. Anytime you see a firmware update, that means there's an update to the board that's inside these things. There's firmware updates to computers sometimes. And that means that it updates the hardware part. Okay, and you want to stay on top of these because they're going to solve a lot of different little mini issues. Okay, when you do that, you want to make sure that you're not doing it during a storm. That you're in a good connection with the computer, good internet connections, and all that kind of stuff. Because at any point that breaks, your camera could get ruined. So you want to be really, really, really careful. And I don't mean to scare you. But when you're doing firmware updates, you want to be really good in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Now, it says here, getting started. Here's what you want to do. First, you're going to insert the memory into the card slot. Now, this one I noticed, I think it doesn't come with any. So that'd be interesting. So it's a good thing I bought that memory, got 32 gig. I'm going to go in there anyway. So you got to insert the memory, then you insert the battery. and then you charge the battery. And then it says here, for a full charge, use a USB cable to plug into a power source, such as a computer or a USB charge device. Now, what that means is, I have the iPhone, I have a plug that I can use to charge up. So I can just plug it into that, because it's the same wattage no matter what. So I don't have to plug it into the computer. I can just plug it into that. And let's see, no done for a code if you're able to charge before using a camera. Now, what I usually do, this is my advice from my wonderful dad, and what he would said to do is charge it up overnight. Just don't sit overnight and just charge it the whole night through. Most likely you don't need that anymore with the new batteries. It probably takes like maybe 2-3 hours. But the first time you charge, you want to do a good full charge, as he calls it. And it's a good advice because that's worked with everything I've done. With my iPad, my iPhone, everything I've done. A good full charge during the night. Non-storms, good weather and everything. And of course, plug it into a box. Never plug the stuff directly into the walls. Because the box that I got for a surge protector will protect your equipment from getting a surge. Okay? Especially with cameras. That's very sensitive stuff. And then it goes on to telling you how to take a good picture and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of these have really good training in it. It might only take just a little bit. And then breaks down to the different stuff that's available on the camera. So these are handy dandy. And I know, I'm a male. I'm a man. I love reading manuals and stuff. I know most men don't read manuals. And you know what happens when the men in my family don't read it? Who do you think they go to? Okay, I rest my case. Anyway, go through the manual. And I recommend you go through it a couple times before you even turn the sucker on. That way you know what you're doing, you feel comfortable with it. And then just go from there and just have fun. Now, some of the things that I want to leave with you with these videos before you go into the lessons in the course, and that is play with it. Take pictures. Do some fun stuff before you get really into the family pictures or doing stuff for work or anything like that. Play with it. Learn different settings along with information in here. And like I have holidays are here and that stuff. And before I go taking this camera with me for my big holiday family, I'm going to take pictures of stuff around the house and my kids having fun with the computers and my wife, well, I would better be careful with my wife. She might smack me. Anyway, but just go around and play with that. And that's how you get the feel of it. And you kind of know how it works and that kind of stuff. So I hope these new camera video bonus videos really helped. I had fun making them, and I hope you will be able to take some information from this for your own camera stuff. Most importantly, have fun with it. They are fun to take to capture those moments for you. Whether it's happy or sad, you want to capture them because they're very personal for all of us. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the course. Take care. Bye-bye.